Have you ever poured your whole heart into everyone around you, only to find yourself empty when you needed a little love back? This is the poignant story of a man who gave everything, until his own flame flickered, revealing life's deepest truth. In a small, peaceful village nestled among green fields and tall trees, lived a man named Arif. He wasn't rich or famous, but his heart was the biggest in the whole village and everyone loved him. If a cow went missing, Arif helped find it. If a roof leaked, Arif fixed it. If someone was hungry, he shared his last meal. The villagers always whispered, "Arif is the very heart of this place." But what they didn't see was the quiet exhaustion and loneliness growing inside Arif. Every single morning, before he even ate, he carried water for old widow Amina. Then he'd help his neighbor fix a fence, and after that he'd work in the fields until the sun disappeared. When he finally returned to his own small house, he'd see his broken roof, the cracked walls, the dusty floor. He'd sigh, a soft whisper escaping his lips, "I'll fix it tomorrow." But that tomorrow never seemed to come. One evening, a young boy came running, his voice urgent. "Uncle Arif, my father's ox fell into the pit. Please come." Without a second thought, Arif ran. He pulled and pushed with all his might until the ox was safe, and everyone cheered for him. But that night, as he walked home, Arif felt a strange dizziness. His legs were weak, and his heart felt heavy, heavy with something he couldn't name. He reached his door, and then he simply collapsed. For 2 long days, Arif lay weak and sick inside his house. He waited, a quiet hope in his heart, thinking someone would come. Maybe Amina, maybe a neighbor's. But no one came. Everyone just assumed Arif was busy helping someone else, never realizing that this time he was the one who desperately needed help. He looked at his broken roof, tears silently tracing paths down his cheeks, and whispered, "I gave my heart to everyone, but no one is here when I need them." On the 3rd day, a traveling monk arrived in the village. He found Arif lying near his door, pale and weary. The monk gently offered him water and sat beside him, his voice kind. "Son, why are you here all alone?" Arif managed a weak smile. "Because I was too busy helping everyone else," he said softly. "I forgot to take care of myself." The monk's gaze was full of compassion. "My child," he said, "you cannot light other lamps if your own flame has gone out." Arif listened, the monk's words sinking deep into his soul. "Love is a beautiful thing," the monk continued, "but it must begin with you. You cannot pour water for others if your own cup is empty." Those words were a revelation, touching Arif's heart in a way nothing ever had before. The very next morning, Arif slowly stood up. His body was still weak, but his mind felt brand new. For the first time in his life, he decided to care for himself. He cleaned his house, he fixed his broken roof, and he planted beautiful flowers by his door. And every evening he would sit by the river, watching the sunset, a simple joy he had never allowed himself before. People in the village began to whisper. "Arif has changed," they'd say. "He doesn't help like he used to." But Arif would just smile, a new serenity in his eyes. I am still helping, he'd reply. I'm just starting with myself. Days turned into weeks and Arif's face grew brighter, his steps stronger. When someone came asking for help, he didn't always say yes immediately. Sometimes he'd gently say, "Let me finish my own work first, then I will come." At first, people didn't quite understand, but slowly they began to see the truth. Arif was happier, more peaceful, and still kind, but now he was stronger. His newfound balance taught everyone in the village a quiet, profound lesson. One evening, Amina visited Arif, a warm smile on her face. "Oh, you've taught us something new, Arif," she said. "So we used to think love meant giving everything away. But now we know we must care for ourselves too." Arif smiled back, his heart full. "When you love yourself," he replied, "your love for others becomes pure and full." The whole village slowly began to change. The people started helping each other, yes, but they also started taking care of their own hearts and homes. The village became more peaceful than ever before. As the sun set one evening, Arif sat by the quiet river, the orange light dancing on the water. He closed his eyes and whispered, "Now I understand. Loving yourself first isn't selfish at all. It's the true beginning of real love." Have you ever wondered if your own cup might be running a little too empty? If this story resonated with your heart, please subscribe and turn on the bell icon. We'll meet again soon with another story that might just change how you see life.